Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by La Valley Building Supply. I'm Mike Pizzone here at Hartford High School, where it's the home Hartford Hurricanes leading Mill River 36-32 heading into the final quarter. A do-or-die final 8 minutes here. As we talked about it in our opener, the Hurricanes, with just one win in their last 7 games, desperately looking for a win here to get closer to 500. Only 7 games remaining in the regular season, so dire need for the Hurricanes here to really boost up that playoff resume, get as high a seed as possible, and really give themselves a chance. Mill River, on the other hand, with just one game in the past 10 days, we've talked about that a lot tonight, them being potentially a little rusty, and we've certainly seen that, although as the game continues to progress, Mill River certainly settling into its own rhythm. It was Hartford who outscored the Minutemen 13-6 in the opening quarter, but since then it's been all Mill River. The Minutemen outscored Hartford 13-11 in the second quarter, and then by a single point 13-12 in the third quarter. So with the exception of that strong first quarter for the Hurricanes, it really has been all Mill River from there. As we approach the final 7.5 minutes to go in a 4-point ball game. Perkins with it now, kicks it over to Nolte in the corner. Nolte puts up the three, very timely three-pointer. Hurricanes certainly needed that to give themselves a little bit more of a buffer. Again, Mill River in the bonus, so any Hartford foul at this point is going to send Mill River to the line for a 1-and-1. So very important here for the Hurricanes to show some discipline on defense, not give up any stupid fouls. As the turnover there, Potter has a free break to the basket, puts up the layup, and it does fall. Possible goaltending call as that backboard really kind of redirected that shot, but the layup falls nonetheless, and good opportunity there for Potter. As Potter has 5 points now. Nolte with the steal there, and I believe they're going to call number 21, Morgan, on the foul, or excuse me, McMurray on the foul. And it's going to be Hartford ball, but Mill River's going to call a timeout, so we'll take that timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by La Valley Building Supply. I'm Mike Pizzone here at Hartford High School, where it's the home Hurricanes leading this one late, 41-32 over the visiting Minutemen. And an opportunity here for the Hurricanes to add a little more of a buffer. They have the 9-point advantage right now. And a takeaway by the Minutemen. That's exactly what they needed. Coach Landon not very pleased with that. Good pass to Shelby down under the basket. Looking for the traveling call, but they're going to get somebody with a foul. And that's going to send the senior captain to the line for 2. Again, we talked, or I believe 2. But we talked about, these easy buckets with the clock not moving is not exactly what Hartford wants to see. It's the opportunity for Mill River to score from the foul line. Shelby. So it was a 1-and-1, but the offensive board for Mill River, wide open 3-point attempt, and that's going to fall. Number 12, Michael Morgan, a junior captain for the Minutemen, with a big 3-pointer. And once again, a 6-point game. Nolte sets up an open 3-pointer, a little long on his attempt, and Mill River coming up with the board. They're going to call that a jump ball. Interesting call, as Potter had one hand on the ball, really had his arms wrapped around Morgan's back. Seems like a very generous call if you're a Hartford fan, but nonetheless, possession is going to be maintained by Mill River. Just a reminder to stay tuned near the end of our telecast for the HR Club Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. And a lot of players so far making a case for themselves on the Hurricane side. Another 3-point attempt. That one's a little short by Morgan. And it's going to be Hurricanes ball. Have you seen our new and improved website, ycnnow.com? Tune in whenever you want on your smartphone or computer for individual news stories, shows, segments, and our game of the week. All from YCN, your local view. And once again, we've talked about the success Hartford has had with the press so far tonight, but Mill River now pressing hard in the latter stages of this game and forcing a Hurricanes turnover. So once again, Mill River using Hartford's medicine against them, and they're benefiting now. Morgan thought about the three-pointer. Approaching 5 minutes to go now, with Hartford leading this one by 6. Good ball movement, nice pump fake there from Morgan. And an offensive board, they needed that. Now a deep three-pointer, again not falling for Morgan, and Nolte coming up with the board. And I'm not sure. Well, it looks like we're going to get a timeout here on Hartford, so we'll take the timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply. And it's the Hartford Hurricanes set to inbounds the ball, with the Minutemen pressing hard, and they have Potter trapped, and they force the turnover. So Mill River once again making the most of that full court press. Unfortunately for Mill River, Morgan on the line there and going to turn the ball right back over to the Hurricanes. But again, Mill River set for that press, so we'll see if Mill River can get that ball above midcourt. Nolte with it now, facing the trap. Has Perkins on the far end of the court. Still not over midcourt. Back to Nolte. Finally over half court, over to Farnsworth. Potter with it now. And a deep three-pointer for Farnsworth off the back rim. Shelby with the board for the Minutemen. Wide open under the basket. Can't. And the double dribble call. So once again, an opportunity for Mill River there. Can't capitalize, and this remains a 6-point lead for the Hurricanes. But once again, an opportunity to see if Hartford can break that press. Potter with it. Knocked away, and they're going to call the foul on Mill River. So that's the easiest way to break the press, is to have the opposing team foul you. So we see a substitution as Bryce Landon checks back in the game in favor of Smith. Farnsworth in front of the... Oh, well, we're going to get a Mill River timeout now with 4:04 to play, so we'll take that timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply. I'm Mike Pizzone here at Hartford High School, where it's the home Hartford Hurricanes leading the Mill River Minutemen 41-35 with under 4 minutes remaining. And the Hurricanes desperately trying to give themselves a little bit more of a buffer. Farnsworth, nice drive to the hoop. Can't get the layup to fall. Offensive board by Perkins. Finds Nolte in the corner. And Potter's just going to slow it down now. Big offensive board once again for the Hurricanes. Really dominating on the glass tonight. And that's probably the difference maker so far, is Mill River able to chip away in the last 3 quarters. But those boards are really doing Hartford a favor. So a foul on the floor. And Farnsworth will now inbounds the ball under his own basket. 3.5 to play here, both teams in the bonus. Farnsworth looking for Landon, unable to get the ball in. They're going to say that was knocked away by a Mill River player, so it's going to remain Hartford ball. Hartford gets it into Landon. Potter with it now at the top of the key. Perkins wide opening, has time, thought about it, but did not take the 3. Good defense by Mill River here. Perkins with it now, gives it over to Potter. Potter across the court to Farnsworth. He's going to take the 18-footer and get it. Once again, in front of his own student section, showing him some love after that made basket. And the Open three-pointer, unable to fall. Offensive board for Shelby. He gets the putback. Nolte with it now for the Hurricanes. Gets it up the floor to Potter. Potter over midcourt. Finds Landon. He's going to drive to the hoop. Perkins with the offensive board, and he's going to be fouled from behind. And that's going to send Perkins to the line, I believe, for the 1-and-1, if that's the call. It looks like a little bit of a confusion. We got one official pointing to the floor, but there is 2 Bs on the scoreboard, which would imply to me that someone's going to be shooting free throws, but either way, it looks like we're going to take a timeout, so we'll take that timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply. And it was Farnsworth inbounding the ball under his own basket, even though I thought both teams were in the bonus, or at least that's what the scoreboard says, but no free throws on that foul. And once again, the Hurricanes will inbound the ball. This time in front of their own bench. 2:20 remaining here in the contest in a 6-point game. Farnsworth gets it to Nolte. Nolte back to Farnsworth, over to Potter. And a hand check against Mill River, so again, Potter should be going to the line for a 1-and-1, and it looks like now he will be doing just that. So some big free throws here for the home team. So once again, just 2 minutes and 14 seconds separating the Hurricanes from their first win since January 15th. As Potter knocks down the first. That's his 6th point of the game. Junior guard. And he knocks them both down. So 2 big free throws there for the home team to increase that lead. Mill River did a nice job breaking the press that time, and an offensive foul called against Mill River. So Hartford really starting to feel it now. 2:10 remaining and the ball back. Really starting to feel Mill River's chances slipping away here. Minutemen continue to press. Nolte trapped in the corner right now. Never an easy place to be, but Mill River's going to be called for the foul, and that's going to send Nolte to the line for a 1-and-1. So this is the part of those basketball games when you're down a few in the fourth quarter. These last 2 minutes can take some time as the trailing team using the fouls to their advantage, trying to make the most of missed free throws, but Potter, a perfect 2 for 2 on that last trip to the line, and now Nolte, a very strong free throw shooter, going to the line for another 2. So if the Hurricanes don't miss, this strategy isn't very favorable. As Nolte knocks down the first one, increases the lead to 9. And he knocks down the second. So once again, 2 big free throws. The Hurricanes a perfect 4 for 4 here in the last minute of the game. Once again, a wild shot by Mill River going strong to the hole. Farnsworth, ooh, it looked like almost a clean block from behind, but now that's going to send Farnsworth to the line for 2. So a 10-point lead for the Hurricanes right now, inside 2 minutes to go, and an opportunity to increase that lead. And Mill River's going to call a timeout. So once again, we'll take that timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, where it's Farnsworth heading to the line for 2 here with a chance to increase his team's lead to 12 potentially as he knocks down the first. Gavin Farnsworth, a junior guard here and the team's leading scorer this season. And in and out, but an offensive board by Perkins. A good opportunity here for Hartford to eat up some more clock. Potter gets fouled by Mill River, and he's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. So Mill River doing what it had to do and fouling, but again, this lead is turning into a little too much with not much time left. Potter knocks down the first. Sporting the nice hairdo with the number 1 shaved on the side of his head, matching his uniform number. And Potter gets the second. So the Hurricanes now with a comfortable 13-point lead with 1:45 remaining. Only a matter of time now for the home team as Shelby hits that one to make it an 11-point game. Farnsworth now gives it up to Potter. Nice easy pass to Landon under the hoop. He gets his own rebound and gets that to fall. That's going to be his second field goal of the game. Now a 52-39 edge with 1:20 remaining. Long 3-point attempt does not fall, but the offensive board for Mill River. Gets the pass in low to Shelby. Nice little move. He's been playing solid all day. The big man, number 40 for the Minutemen. Got to give him a lot of credit as Farnsworth is going to be fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2. So all but a formality now with 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining here and an 11-point lead. So that was going to be the 5th foul for number 12, Michael Morgan, has to come out of the game. That's the little bit of a delay we have as Farnsworth will now take his first free throw. Can't connect on the first. And Coach Landon's going to call a timeout to talk things over. So once again, we'll take the timeout too with 1:02 remaining here in the 4th quarter with the home Hartford Hurricanes leading the visiting Mill River Minutemen 52-41. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply, where it's Gavin Farnsworth at the line for 1 more free throw. His team leading by 11 points with 1:02 remaining. Knocks it down. That's Farnsworth's 16th point of the night tonight. Inside 1 minute remaining here. Lengthy three-pointer. That was number 24, Rodney Stock, knocking down that shot. Potter gets it up across midcourt, gets it over to Landon. Inside the game's final 40 seconds now as Nolte has it. And Nolte's going to be fouled. Again, 11-point game, still fouling at this point. I mean, I guess, but the way Hartford's been hitting from the free throw line, really not giving Mill River much of a chance to come back via this strategy, but can't fault them for trying. So we got a whistle here. That's a little bit of a technicality. I mean, the rule is everyone has to be in place when the official passes the shooter the ball, and because Nolte was kind of standing on the three-point line, they felt like they had to blow that whistle, but kind of a ticky-tack call on an 11-point game with 40 seconds remaining, but now they're going to give Nolte the ball back, and we'll set for 2 free throws. Excuse me, 1 as he misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and it's going to remain Hartford ball. So again, Mill River can keep fouling, but if they're not going to get the rebounds on the missed free throws, there's really no point in that strategy. Potter connects the loose ball. 30 seconds remaining. Mill River looks like they're calling for the foul, but no foul. Okay, looks like Coach now is saying no foul. Farnsworth passes it to Perkins across the floor. 20 seconds to go now. Over to Nolte. Approaching the final 10 seconds now. Nolte gives it up to Farnsworth inside 10 seconds. And Farnsworth is now just going to dribble out the ball, although it's knocked away. Officially, there's 0.4 seconds remaining. So all but a formality as Farnsworth is going to inbound the ball in front of his own student section, and that's going to do it with the home Hartford Hurricanes coming away with a big 53-44 victory over the Mill River Minutemen for just their second victory since December 22nd. So congratulations to the Hurricanes. And now, as you've been waiting for, our HR Club Kearsarge Heating Oil turning up the heat player of the game, and it's got to go to the guy who dribbled out the ball there at the end, number 30, Gavin Farnsworth, with a team high and a game high 16 points tonight. Farnsworth showing his range, a variety of nice moves in the paint, and also some deep three-pointers tonight. So a great effort by Farnsworth and the rest of his Hurricane teammates. So congratulations to Gavin Farnsworth on being named our HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil turning up the heat player of the game. So stay tuned after the break for some post-game reaction from our YCN Game of the Week.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply. I'm here with Gavin Farnsworth after your team's 53-44 victory over Mill River. I think 16 points for you tonight, a game high, earning our Player of the Game honor. So, coming into the game, one win in your last 7 or 8 games, I believe, up against a strong Mill River team. What worked for you guys tonight?
Well, in practice, we were working on doubling Mike Morgan because we knew he was their best player. He's been scoring a lot of points, 38 he had the other night. So that was our main focus, double him off every screen and just get the ball out of his hands, make other players make shots, and it ended up working.
And the other thing that we noticed, the amount of rebounds. I mean, you guys dominated both on the offensive glass, on the defensive glass, giving you guys a lot of second chance opportunities. How big was that in the game plan tonight?
Yeah, that was wicked big. Hunter Perkins and Bryce Linden, they do a lot of our rebounding work. Chris Nolte also. They're big on the rebounding side. Don't really score as much, but they're definitely a big part of the team in that way.
And only 6 games left in the regular season. Are you guys going to be able to build off this momentum and get some more wins coming toward the end of the season?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. We're hoping to go on a nice winning streak and go in strong playoffs time. So
awesome. Well, congratulations on a great game tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you. That does it from Hartford High School. It was the home Hartford Hurricanes coming away with a 53-44 victory over Mill River. So congratulations to the Hurricanes on a big win with just 6 games remaining in the regular season. That does it for our YCN Game of the Week.